What's going on YouTube? It's Dewey Davenport and I'm here in Urbana, Ohio at the Urbana Grimes Airport, and I'm at the Mid-America Flight Museum Restoration Shop with Doug and Bill. It's been about 6 months. I did a video on the GeeBee QED and I'm here to do an update, give you guys an update on the GeeBee progress. A lot has been taking place with it. Lots of things been taking place with the other projects that they've been working on. But let's go in, talk to Bill, Doug, and see what's going on with this beautiful GeeBee QED. Let's go.
Okay, I'm going to go for the outsides first.
All right. I'm going to get this other bracket mounted on this solenoid.
Well, believe it or not, I got the outside through too.
So Doug, Bill, how are you guys doing today?
Doing great, Dewey.
We're great, Dewey. How are you?
Doing well. So it's been like 6 months since we had any updates on the GeeBee, and here we are. It looks like here you are.
Here we are.
We've had a few things of interest go on since the last time you were here. The engine has gone out and been run 10 hours in a test cell.
Yeah.
And we were...
It's out in Idaho at Anderson Aeromotive. So they went through the engine when Mr. Moss sent the engine out to them. They went through it. And so we decided we were going to send it back. So it has spent 10 hours in the test cell. Everything went great. So it will be on its way back home soon. So we're getting ready for its arrival. So we've got a new firewall here, and we're getting all of this back together.
Wow.
As you can see, since you were here the last time, we got a little froggy and decided we'd hang the wings on this airplane. So we've done a trial fit on the wings. We have the landing wires in place. The ailerons are installed.
That's right.
It looks really cool. I love the wheel pants on it. It's bringing it back to life.
Yep. We've had to do some modification on the wheel pan, especially the aft part back here. We've had to make open up this a little bit more because of the addition of the spreader bar for the landing gear. And so if you kind of look at it, you know, the spreader bar is at the bottom of the V-strut. It doesn't move. That's all stationary. But this shock strut up here moves up and down, you know, a good 6-8 inches. So that whole wheel pan is attached to the shock strut. So there's quite a bit of motion there that we had to make clearance in the wheel pan for all of that.
Wow. So in the last video, you talked about the spreader bar, and it has like 3 or 4 laminated pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 4 here out here where the landing gear actually attaches. And we have all this done now, so this is pretty cool. There's 4 layers of streamlined tubing nested over one another. It's all welded together, rosette welds, one layer to the other. And yeah, there it is.
Wow. So that's what it looks like inside there.
That's what it looks like inside there.
That's
These
right.
are called rosette welds, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were talking about this last time also.
Mm-hmm.
So they can weld everything and keep it strong. And,
that's right.
And
so
keep it bonded.
That spreader bar has now been heat treated. We made this plate. So the only thing that's changed a little bit is we've added, there's going to be 2 landing gear wires. So this is what's simulating the landing gear wires coming up here from the bottom of the V-strut up through the skin to the fuselage. And again, all of that is to assist this landing gear to keep it straight.
Okay.
Because all that force is transmitted right back here.
Okay.
And any side load on the landing gear wants to twist this V-strut.
That makes sense. I see what you're talking about. You said those are Beach 18 wheels, right? Or the same wheels that's on a Beach 18?
Beach 18, AT11, something like that. Yeah, yep. It's a Beach product.
Wow.
Yeah. It's the older doghouse style gear.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So we put the wings on it a couple of weeks ago, and that went fairly smooth. We've got the ailerons on it, so we're getting everything hooked up. Bill mentioned that, but one thing that we like to do, most people do it, is you put an airplane together before you really finalize it to make sure you know that all the linkages are right and connections. And this is an addition. We talked about it last time you were here, but this is the counterweight for the aileron. So both ailerons are now balanced. And one of our volunteers, Dan, he made a mold. This is lead poured onto that strut. So it's one piece, and we have engineered it in a way it will not come off. So don't anybody panic in the video that it's going to just fall off of that thing.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like the QED.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, last time, I don't think, well, the ailerons were on. It's just the wing was sitting on a
on the sawhorses.
Yeah,
yep.
sawhorse. So you're working on a new firewall. How about the canopy? What's going on with that?
Oh, the canopies are done.
Okay.
So that's exciting. All I have to do is install the latch, but the canopies are built. The whole system to receive the pins are mounted on the canopy in the airplane. So that whole system is done. So that's pretty exciting. That's all ready to come apart now, be painted and finished up. The rudder system has been modified slightly, and it is finished. So basically, Dewey, all the big stuff is done. So at this point, we're going to get the engine back. We're going to get some flexible engine controls to come up here to the firewall and then transition out. Once we have that done, we're ready to take the canopy off, the tail off. We're going to put fabric on the rear of the fuselage. So it is coming together really, really well. All the big stuff that we had to engineer, that we had to build, all of that's done.
Wow. The fuel tank, how many gallons that is?
180.
180.
Yep, 180 gallons.
Okay. And you guys this looks like it's a oil.
Yep, that's
the oil filter.
Yep.
Okay. Did you fabricate this firewall here?
One of our volunteers made that.
Really?
Yeah. He has a laser cutter at his shop. One of our volunteers created the digital image of the size, the shape, where the holes needed to go, and then one of our other volunteers laser cut it out and brought it back to us, and here we go.
Wow.
So we have an amazing set of volunteers that sometimes they work in our shop all the time, or sometimes we take stuff to their shop and they make it, and it's amazing. It's amazing what they can produce.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So once you get an engine put on, it's pretty much just putting the side panels on.
That's right.
Cowling and
I can make it look almost like a finished airplane in about 15 minutes because all the side panels from the firewall back to the aft cockpit just screw on. So it would look like a ready-to-go airplane fairly quickly.
right.
We have to get the fabric on the rear of the fuselage, so we're about ready to start that.
Well, I tell you what, it looks like we kind of covered a lot of stuff. What about, got any other projects you're working on? The Huey, which The Huey's over at the coffee shop.
That's right. So last time you were here, the Huey was sitting here.
Yep.
And about a month ago, we mounted it down on a pole at the coffee shop downtown Urbana.
We've mastered the logistics of putting a 3,400-pound helicopter on an 11-foot pole.
On an 11-foot pole.
That's right.
It's 11 foot off the ground.
That's right. So you were there earlier today. You saw it. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
It's pretty cool.
Yep. So that's pretty cool. So we have the Howard over here. We have the wings off of it, and some of that taken apart. So we're getting ready to get hot and heavy into the Howard. The wings are sitting over here on sawhorses. We have started deskinning the wings, and there's a fair amount of repair work to do in the wings.
Yeah, I was looking at that. It's going to be rebuilding wings, I guess.
Yeah, yep, I believe we are.
Are those the B-17
yeah,
ailerons? And
those are B-17 elevators and the rudder over here. So all of this is done. The ailerons are still over in the other shop, but they're painted, they're ready to come over. So all we need to do is put them up on sawhorses and do a balance, and the B-17 control surfaces are finished.
Wow, that's awesome.
So that's pretty exciting.
You've been working hard.
Yes, we have. These will be going back out to Oregon, to Erickson out in Madras, Oregon here shortly to be reunited with our B-17.
Well, what else do you think we should chat about?
Boy, it's a beautiful day today. The weather here lately stinks. all the rain we've been having, but things are moving along really well, aren't they, Bill?
Things are moving along really well. We've been very, very pleased with the progress we've made since you visited us last. As far as the GeeBee goes, we think we've made some refinements that the Moss team, had they had the chance and the time, probably would have undertaken. So we're anxious to get this airplane returned to service so that everybody can enjoy it.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. So it's our goal to get it done yet this year. So okay. that is our goal. Well, Dewey, that's July. That's not this year. So no, it probably won't make it to Oshkosh, but unless we run into a huge snag, and I don't foresee that at this point.
No.
We ought to have this airplane done by the end of the year. Yep. Wow. So that'd be great. It'll be something to see it back in the air, won't it?
Oh yeah. Honestly, I didn't see it flying when it was flying, so it's going to be beautiful.
I wasn't in Oshkosh that year either, and so when we put the wings on it last week, that's the first time I've seen it with the wings on, and that was exciting to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there in 14 when the airplane was there, and they had it in front of the Red Barn, and it dwarfed everything there.
Wow.
She is a magnificent airplane.
Or as Rich, the gentleman who has most of the time flying in the airplane, he calls it the big, beautiful beast.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah. I wonder who's going to fly it first. Could we say?
We got a volunteer list on the refrigerator.
Yeah, we got it.
Wouldn't put your name on there, do we?
No, I'm good. I would have to say I think it would be Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In our conversations, I believe Kelly will be the first one to fly it.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty cool project that you guys are working on, and it's I know a lot of people can't wait to see it fly again. All right, so that is the update of the GeeBee QED, and I was calling it QEW, but it's QED, and hopefully they'll have it flying by the end of the year, and I'll be up here to video again. I'm going to try to be a lot more active with the YouTube stuff, so keep you all informed with this project. The B-17, which that's a couple thousand miles away, but hey, you guys got to see some of the parts. The Howard, and who knows what else you guys might get into.
You just never know.
Can you say like what you might work on next?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
But stay tuned.
All right.
It'll be exciting.
It'll be good.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Until then, blue skies.